Imagine you're asked to make the biggest decision of your life, and you have three options: $1 billion, world fame, or the ability to be the smartest person on earth. Tough choice, right? Well, King Solomon faced something similar. And guess what? He didn't choose wealth or fame. Instead, he asked for wisdom. But here's the catch. He ended up getting everything. Stick around as we dive into the incredible story of why Solomon chose wisdom and how God gave him both wisdom and wealth. Our story begins in 1 Kings 3:5. Solomon had just become king after his father David. One night God appeared to him in a dream and said, "Ask for whatever you want, and I will give it to you." Imagine that. Solomon could have asked for anything: riches, fame, or even a long life. But instead of choosing wealth or power, Solomon asked for something different. In 1 Kings 3:9, Solomon prayed, "Give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people and to distinguish between right and wrong." Solomon knew he needed wisdom to lead his people well, and that's what he chose. God was so pleased with Solomon's choice that he gave him even more than he asked for. In 1 Kings 3:10-14, God said, "Since you have asked for wisdom and not for wealth or fame, I will give you a wise and discerning heart like no one has ever had before. But wait, there's more. I will also give you what you didn't ask for, wealth and honor." Not long after receiving wisdom, Solomon was put to the test. In 1 Kings 3:16-28, two women came to Solomon, both claiming to be the mother of the same baby. It was a tricky situation. But Solomon's wisdom kicked in. He suggested cutting the baby in two, giving half to each woman. One of the women immediately cried out, "No! Give the baby to her! Just don't harm him!" Solomon knew right away she was the real mother. As time went on, Solomon's wisdom brought him incredible wealth and fame, just as God had promised. In 1 Kings 10:23-25, it says Solomon was richer and wiser than any king on earth. People from all over the world came to hear his wisdom and see the wealth of his kingdom. From gold and silver to magnificent palaces, Solomon's kingdom was a sight to behold. Even the Queen of Sheba had to see Solomon's wisdom for herself. In 1 Kings 10:1-9, she traveled a long way to test Solomon with hard questions. And guess what? Solomon answered every single one. The queen was so amazed by his wisdom and wealth that she said, "Not even half of what I've heard about you was told." Solomon's story teaches us an important lesson. Wisdom is the greatest treasure of all. When Solomon chose wisdom over wealth and fame, God rewarded him with both. And here's the best part: we can ask God for wisdom too. In James 1:5 it says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." So, the next time you pray, remember Solomon's story and choose wisdom first.